We're getting started on our very first video. We're going to be reviewing R.Shaefer Heard Campground in LaGrange, Georgia. It's on the West Point Lake Reservoir. It's part of the Southern Company's reservoir system. We're going to start close to home. That site's only about an hour from our house, and we'll be reviewing all of the sites around West Point Lake, and then be heading south down to Lake Eufaula. There are lots of campgrounds around that lake as well. That's another reservoir. So anyway, this week we're going to be going to R.Shaefer Heard. Like I said, it's just outside of LaGrange, Georgia, and on Lake West Point. So come along and follow with us and see if there are any campsites that you like in there. We hope you like it, and if you do, please hit the subscribe button and check out our other reviews as they come out. Thank you. We're here at campsite 60, so I'm going to walk you around it and give you a detail of this particular site and see what you think. That's 60 right there. Right here's 61. So you can see you've got a really good view of the water. And almost all of the sites in this whole campground are this way. They back down on the water. Some are just closer to the water than others. You've got pretty good room between you and your neighbor here. Good space in there. Hookups are on the back corner. All of the sites in this campground that I know of, everyone that we've ever been in, the hookups are on the back corner like this. I don't think they have any pull-in sites like, you know, for a motorhome or something like that. Got access straight down to the water there. You got a big area out here. All of the campsites in the Georgia Power Parks have these type of fire rings. You just flip it over, and it even has a little cooking grate if you want to use it. They have a pole to hang your light from if you want to do a lantern or a bucket light or something like that. That's looking out off of the site up the road there. And this is a little loop right here off of the main road. That's why I missed it when we were coming in. It almost looked like another site. And you can see you've got a large gravel area there. So you can set tents and things like that up out there if you want. They all come with a picnic table. They're kind of old. You've got exposed aggregate concrete on all of the sites to park on. And you can see they're all lined with cross ties. Well, actually, those are just 6x6s, I believe. And this particular site is an easy walk right down to the water. You have direct access. Some of them are a lot harder to get down to the water because they have basically a cliff. The lake is just now coming back up. They had it down for the winter for everyone to do maintenance on their docks. And this is a huge lake. It's West Point Lake. And I know of 4 or 5 parks on the lake. There may be more. I'll do some more research on that. But yeah, this is site 60. And all of the sites in here are going to be very, very similar to this. And so we'll take a ride around the campground and we'll give you the layout. And we'll also overlay a map, and then that way you can kind of browse through the video. And if you're doing research on the park and you want to come here, it'll give you an idea of what all the sites look like. So when you see one's available, you can look back at the video and see what that site actually looked like. So when you come into the park, you've got a little turnaround there, in case the gate's closed when you come in. This one here, the gates open at 7 and they close at 10, and that's a hard close at 10. You don't have a code or anything to get out. The camp posts here are usually really nice. They're very helpful. So let's get started. We're gonna go down each loop, show you what they look like. First thing we're gonna have coming up here is the dump station. We're gonna pull in there. Hopefully it's noontime here, so hopefully nobody will be checking out. So right here on the right, when you're just as you get to this first intersection, you can see the signs for the different site numbers. So we're going to go to the right and go through the dump station real quick. You got a lot of room to get in and out of here. And this one has a dual station, so it's easy to get in and out. It gets kind of busy here on Sundays. We've had that happen to us. But I think that's any campground, especially if you check out during the busy times, it's going to be that way. Now we're going to go to our right. We're going to go down to the first loop section here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to keep going right every time, take you down all the loops so you can follow along on the map. And you can see on the left they've got a big amphitheater over there. So as we're coming up here, you'll see campsites 1 through 39 and 40 through 54. All right, so we're making our first right in here. This is going to be campsites 1 through 16. So coming up on here on our right is our first site. So I'm going to hang out to the right here. That's campsite 1, and then 2. And we're just going to cruise by so you can see them. So you can see 4 there. And this is really just to give you an idea of what they look like, and you can pause the video and look down into the campsite a bit, just so you have an idea of what they look like. We're up to 9. And the last one on this one is 10 there. And then we're going to start heading back up the way we came in, and we can pick up all of those sites that were on the driver's side. Starting with 11 right here on the right, it's a pull through. Gives you an idea. That one's 13. Coming up on 14 is pretty wooded right there. And then we'll be ending up with 15. You can see these aren't quite as close to the water as some of the others. Some really deep sites there. All right, let's go to the next loop. We're going to come out and keep going right. So this next one coming up here is 17. You see it's got a pretty wide area there that belongs to itself. Over to the left here we have a restroom. Swing back over to 18 is shared with 18 and 19. Pretty large area, good ways from the water though. And this is kind of on a main drag. It's a really big loop. There's 20. Goes downhill pretty good there. 21's the same way. Don't think you'd want to have a really large rig for that down there. Pretty steep going into it. .22. Making our way on around the loop here. There's 23. A lot of these are pretty steep going down in there. If you've got a really long rig, you may run into problems with it being so steep. There went 24. Was that 24? Yeah. 25. You can see you've got parking. A lot of these have extra parking. There's 26. And as we swing by them, I'll just kind of point down into the site so you can see what's going on there. '27 has its own boat parking. Yeah. There's 28. That one seems pretty tight. Now we're going to make our next right here, and we're going to head on down into campsites 30 through 33 here. Keep going. That's 31. And I'll tell you right now, these right here, these guys are a little tough to get into just because of the trees up here. You can see 33. That tree right there is a big pain in the rear when you're backing in down there. There's 34. $35. 36. 37. Back around here. These are pretty wooded right here. 38. And we've got a pretty good little ways up here. Some extra parking random in the middle of the road. Coming up on 39. That's a pull through. We've stayed in that one. It's a long way down to the water, but it's very secluded here. You have no neighbors on 39. So now we're going to turn right and go down into 40 through 54. Got a little grade change here, but nothing too hard. We stay on this loop a lot, actually. These are all right down to the water. There's 40. And 41 respectively. Some more parking. There's 41, backs down in there pretty good. 42 is a pull through, and you'll have a lot of area out in front of yourself. You can see there, it's a good pull through. There's 43. A lot of these are out on the points. Some of them have steps to the water, some don't. 44. Got a bathhouse up the hill there. And then 45. These are getting kind of steep. You can see 46 coming up here. These get a little tight here. 46, 47, 48. Got a lot of extra parking here. There's 48 there.
That section would be great for a big group that's camping together.
Yeah, that's a good point. Laura was saying that that'd be good for a group camping, or a group of people coming together with all their campers. There's 49, and I'm not sure if that's 49 and 50. I think so.
This is 50.
Yeah, okay, here's 50. 50 is another pull through. We've got a bathroom on the left right across from 50. I've seen 2 campers pulled in there before, but it gets really tough because this hill right here is pretty steep, and getting under and getting out from it's kind of tough. But that is a huge area out in front of that. So we're going to run around to our next tiny loop off to the side. This is 51 through 54. I'll give you a shot out the front there. You can see it's just a little bitty loop here with several campsites on it. We've stayed here before. Not in that particular one. That's 51. Goes down to the water though, right down to the water.
We stayed in 53, I think.
52 is a split site there. 53, we've stayed in this one before. This one's a little tough if you got a long camper, just because of that steep incline there. A lot of area between them though. Then on the end of this major loop is 54. Long driveway down in there. It's pretty good space down there. And like I said, they all go right to the water. So we're gonna go on around, and keep in mind we're just going right every time. Sorry if my camera's wandering there. I'm trying to look at the map. So we're gonna go back out past the amphitheater. Dump stations to our left that we came in by. Now we're going to the right. Okay, we're coming up on 55 through 65 and 66 through 117. So we're going to head down to 55 through 65. This is the loop we're staying on this time. Now this one here gets tricky. Right after number 57, you hang a right to go down a little bitty loop, and it's not marked. So here's 55. No water access. Neither does 56. There's no loop access, no water access on that either. 57 has no water access. So now we're going to turn down beside 57 and go down this small loop that we're on today. Here's 58. It has extra boat parking or vehicle parking. This is 59 coming up. This is our neighbor. We share access to the water. There's our site, number 60. Lots of parking here too. You can see there's even parking up here. And there's 61. And now we're going to go back out to the bigger loop and start heading around.
So that loop right there would be great for 3 sets of campers if they were looking to camp together.
Yeah, in case you can't hear Laura, she was saying that if you had, and here's a bathroom over here, not bathhouse. If there were three of you in a group, it'd be pretty good. So we're coming up on 62 here. All of them are down to the water so far. 63. And what I'm going to try to do, this is our first go around on this, but we're going to try to break this up into. Got a pull through here on 64. Yeah, that's huge out there in front of that. Look at that. Nice pull through site. And then 65 ends this loop here. And what I was saying is I'm going to try to break this up into chapters. And then that way you can pick your site. Here we go. We're coming up on 66 through 106. You can pick your site by chapter and just go straight to it if you want to. Up here on the right would be the boat ramp. We all know what a boat ramp looks like, so we're not going to go down to the boat ramp. But it's a huge parking lot with, you know, like any other boat ramp. We're headed down 66 through 84. Interesting entranceway here. So as we approach, we have a pull through here that sits up on a hill, no water access. Is this 66 you said? Yeah. Okay. Definitely need to get a wide angle lens for this. Sorry about the mirror, it keeps getting in there.
Ooh, that one is...
Now this 67 looks a little rough, but you can see down through there. That's a long way back in there. But they have a deck with railing and all on it. So does 67. This sits way up on the hill.
That's 68.
68, I'm sorry. With the deck. It's really close to the road here, you can see. Back down in there. 69 has a deck. These are a good ways up off the water too. I don't think it would be very easy to get down to the water. All of these are going to be very similar. I remember these now on this ridge. This is 70 we're looking at. And this may be your cup of tea, you know. It's kind of neat. It's kind of like having a little mountain cabin. Here's 71. They're all very similar. 72. This guy right here, beware, 73. That is, the camera doesn't do it justice. That's just really steep. 74 is going to be another steep affair. Nice views on most of them.
Those are almost better for tent campers.
Yeah. 75 is coming up here. It's pretty steep. More parking here on the left across from 76 and 77. 76 is a back end steep site. 77 is a pull through. Somebody's cooking some bacon.
That one has access.
Yeah, now that one does have access to the water. We're getting closer to the water now as far as elevation, because we've just gone back down the hill. This is 78. Coming up on 79. You can just keep a steady roll. It's fine. Now that's a huge concrete area for that site. That was 80. 81 is pretty typical of what we've been seeing. 82. If you bring your bicycles, be ready for some hills. Here's 83. 84 is pretty wide down in there. A lot of parking area, concrete, a lot of concrete. That's your deal. 84 is for you. I'm gonna head up to the next loop. All right, as we come back out of that loop there, we're gonna go to the right again. Again, we're going to 85 106, and again, more parking. They're really good at all the parking. They do have quite a few trails in here. All right, this one's one of my favorite spots. I like how open it is, and it's right out on the point. So we're starting here with 85 is the first one on the right when you're coming in. So I'm gonna kind of tilt the camera to the back as we go by. There's 85, 86. 87 is really wide down in there. 88, you can see right down on the water. 89, a lot of room. There's 90. You can probably hear the wind in my microphone. It's starting to pick up. 91's kind of interesting. It's got a little deck. It's a pull through. Pretty interesting. Here's 92, nice back end there, right down on the water. Let me get you a picture of this loop here, how it looks. So this is 93 to our right here. point back down in there. We're going to go on around the loop here. This is 94 just coming by, 95. This is kind of a little cul-de-sac. Here's 94, 95. There's 96, 97, 90, 98, 99. Wow, going by too quick.
Sorry.
There's a, no, that's not you. There's a pull through. It's just they're so tight there. And so you got two stacked in there on that one. More parking over there to the left. Beautiful day out here today. All right, we're coming up on 102. And again, right down on the water there. 103 is coming up. There's some more parking on the left, right across from 103. And keep in mind, you're only allowed to have 4 vehicles in here, and that includes your RV. This is 104 coming up. We ran into that last night with some friends that came over. 105 is coming up. And then finally 106. Nice long one there. So we're going right again, coming out off of that loop. Yeah, we had some friends over yesterday evening, and we had one too many vehicles. But what we've done in the past is to get by the cutoff time of when they close the gate, or if we have too many vehicles, you can park right outside the gate, and then you can park them outside the gate and then go pick them up. And you do need a pass when you come in the park, so, and they watch that, and they mainly use it to keep people from bringing too many vehicles in. Okay, so we're starting the next loop. These are straight back ends, 107. They're right angled to the road. If you got a big rig, this is going to be tough. Here we go, 108. These are, like I said, they're not angled, so they are right angled to the road. So bring your A game when you're backing your rig in here. See, they're a little tight in here. That's 110. Big areas out in front. 111. Right down to the water. These have separate pads for your fire pits, separated from where you park your rig. There's 113. Bathroom right over to the left on this loop. There's 114. 115, you can see huge common areas there. A little bit of a natural area in between, and sprinkled all along here there are parking spots on the road. There's 116, big area. 116 and 117 are kind of off by themselves together, so if it was a pair of campers, that'd be a nice one. And that takes us to the end of the ride-through. So just wanted to show you the amphitheater here. I'm going to get out and walk over there. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you the amphitheater up close a little bit. If you have a big family reunion or a big event, you've got lots of room here to do productions and things like that. I'm going to spin around and show you the parking lot. This parking lot is huge. I mean, that is massive. But if you were to have a large group or a large gathering, this is a good place to use. It's a little old. It's not been kept up as well as it could be. I mean, I'm 49 years old, and I remember coming here as a tween when we were kids camping and having events here. So this place is pretty old, but it is a good venue. So you can see, I believe that is some type of projector house maybe, or some kind of mount for lighting and stuff like that. I don't know. But I'm sure the park attendants could get you straight on that. Really interesting. not sure what these are. Those are maybe to be used as a fire pit, I guess so. Just kind of like a little stage. Really interesting. Power outlets up here. Let me get a shot of that just in case you're really if you are interested in it. You have your power up here. So I'm guessing, yeah, you could actually have a fire pit on both sides of the stage, and I don't know. I guess it would add to the ambiance. But anyway, that's the amphitheater, guys. So that's just one more thing that can be used while you're here at R.Shaefer Heard. Okay, so after further review, the ruling on the field is overturned. We are going to do the boat ramp because Miss Laura said so. Guess she has a good point. Just because we don't have a boat doesn't mean that other people don't want to see the boat ramp. So, don't you hate it when your wife's right? So this is coming into the parking lot here. Good sized parking lot. I guess it's not as big as what I let on, but it is a good sized parking lot. She's gonna whoop the old Yui here, and I'm gonna hang out the side of the truck here. Well, I guess not. So there's the boat ramp. The dock's down there, the boat ramp. And yeah, it looks kind of boat rampy. Being that I'm not a boat person, I wouldn't know one boat ramp from another one. Well guys, we hope you enjoyed the review of the campsite. We had a lot of fun doing it, and we actually learned a lot for ourselves, and this is going to be a great resource for ourselves for when we want to go back. If you liked what we did, enjoy the videos, or have any comments, please post them below and let us know if there's some things we could do better to make the videos work more for you. And again, like I said, we'd like to be a resource for the camping community in our region, so any input that we could get from you guys that would make it better will help everyone out in the long run. Another good place to go for resource on the campsites and things is our website, rvsitereviews.com. There you can find a list of videos and blog posts and things like that. And we'll be posting videos and information that we come across that we think would be helpful to the community, as far as, you know, different how-tos and things like that. Just like I said, to be a resource. So until the next time, you guys stay safe out there, and hope you enjoy your camping adventures.